So, what did my drinking look like? I suppose for much of my drinking, you could say it resembled the sort of party drinking, you know. It was never a kind of, genteel social drinking, and I don't think I was ever that kind of drinker, right from I picked up a drink right at the beginning. I liked to get drunk. I didn't see it that way as getting drunk. I liked the effect and I just wanted more of it. And I always felt that the effect I was really looking for was in the next drink. For much of my drinking, drugs were associated as well, so there was a bit of cannabis, a bit of, hallucinogenics like LSD, there was some uppers, downers, a bit of coke. There was all that sort of thing associated with the drinking. So drinking tended to be a spree. Now, for quite a lot of my drinking, I could actually control it, so, that it didn't run into the next day. But towards the end, it did. I had a group of friends who were a bit like me, possibly some of them were a bit more in control. I know that at least one of them ended up in Alcoholics Anonymous as well. The rest of them, I just don't know where they went to. And one or two who I drank with in latter days are actually dead now, and mostly through alcohol. But they drank a lot like me, and when we met, it was, as I say, it was party time, it was loud music, it was party, we invite people along, we went to the pub first, and then afterwards we got a huge amount of booze and took it back there, some cannabis, and that was the way it was. When I got married, my wife decided that, this was not a lifestyle that she was wanting to be part of. Even though that's where she had met me, and she, after the first couple of parties we had at our house, she banned everybody from the house. And what happened then was that my drinking really started to change. I lost touch with the party crowd because, I just didn't see them much. They weren't allowed around to my house, and I didn't make the effort to go to their place, so we, as I say, we lost touch. Ended up drinking with people in the pub that I didn't know, and if the truth be told, I didn't particularly like either. But they were there and they were drinking, and that was fine by me, so they were not friends, they were acquaintances, and, and when I left the pub, I guess they probably didn't even notice, except to say, well, maybe it was that guy sitting in the corner. So my drinking was never really what you would call particularly civilised. And towards the end, it became more binging. So the one day would run into 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and, and eventually it ran into weeks. And the withdrawal symptoms started, and then I wasn't just drinking to sort of have a good time, I was drinking to get rid of the effects of the previous drinking, and on it would go, so, and I became very dependent on drinking. And if I didn't drink, I had really fairly horrendous withdrawals, and so I kind of needed to drink now, and as I mentioned in another video. So that was kind of the style of my drinking. Drugs were all not always, but very often involved, and particularly towards the end, it was more kind of tranquilizers. If I couldn't drink, then I took tranquilizers, just to keep me stable. And in the next video, I'll talk about why I stopped drinking. Okay.